let me tell you a real story. I used to be running Oberoi Hotels. I was the president for Oberoi Hotels. And our problem was that, we never knew how many people came to our website and how many of them converted. So somebody told me about this thing called Web Engage. And that was the first time I met Avlesh. Yeah. And I said, yeah, aisa hai. The thing is that, every company talks about being digital. We run great hotels. As you saw, my entire presentation was about food, about the lions, about the great things in life. Okay. I don't understand technology that well. So I told him, I said, Avlesh, just sort this out for us. We need to make sure that we capture leads, that if people really have an interest in Oberoi Hotels, they should be able to book. And that's how my journey started at Web Engage. Many years later, when I would quit Oberoi to become an entrepreneur, and I run 2 companies, EazyDiner. If you need a restaurant table, please talk about us. And the Postcard Hotel, which we kind of started to build the next level of luxury hospitality out of India. We said, in both the companies, who does this for us? That's Web Engage. Okay, so we got Avlesh back. I actually called him, and actually, I don't want to talk about competitors here, but we were using a competitor product. Because by that time, Avlesh was so big, he didn't want to talk to us. We were still a small company. So we had to actually call him and saying, listen, Avlesh, would you really want to do this again for us? We'll one day be a very big company. So he was very kind. He gave us a good rate and whatever, and we started. So this is how, this is my journey with Web Engage. I had no clue. So what am I doing here today? And I thought I'll talk to you about something that I've been very deeply passionate about when I ran Oberoi, when I run EazyDiner. In fact, if you ever tag me on Twitter, if you haven't got a table or whatever, and I'll just try and make it a responsibility to try and reply. I try and do that most of the times. So I think the bigger problem in India, and that's what I've always struggled with, is our focus on mediocrity. Yeah, we are, and I'm a very patriotic Indian. Please don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm phenomenally patriotic. When I was doing hotel school, 80% of my batchmates went out of this country. I made a promise to myself that I will never build a career out of this country. I will always make a career out of this country. I can still go and work for a couple of years out. So I'm a highly patriotic Indian. During the COVID wave, if you don't know about us, we ran charity beds, the #1 helpline for COVID patients. If you just go and look at our handle. So we are highly, highly patriotic. But the biggest problem I have with all of us is we're all focused towards mediocrity. Chalta hai, jaldi ho jayega, aur chalo, aage chalo bas. Dekha jayega. Okay, that's the problem. And actually, the other problem I have is we're not looking at building institutions. Even if you look at the startup space today, everybody wants to build, get a higher valuation and exit. You've got to build institutions. If our country has to go anywhere, we have to build institutions. And that's where the concept of service excellence comes in. So I'm not going to bore you. I'm going to tell you a lot of stories, and I'm going to try and finish fast because, I'm between you and lunch, I think. So I don't want to hold you for that. Yeah. So how do you still use data, and how do you build service excellence? So how does service excellence become so big that people don't want to, kind of leave you? So let me talk about this. So when I was quitting my job at Oberoi, this was the global landscape. We said Accor had 51 hotels, Marriott had 6,000. I think they have even more now. This is like 3 years old. So this is what we were doing. And we said, okay, but you know what? I think the world can still have a luxury hotel brand. So let's build one out of India. This was a landscape. Unlike the startup space, all these companies are highly profitable. They have very strong balance sheets. Okay, so we said, no, but I still think there's a big place for building the next global luxury hotel brand out of India. And we'll build it on the moat of service excellence. Now, kya moat of service excellence? This is a good hotel where we are right now. When you go and have lunch right now means, how do you make it better? Yeah. So let's talk about it. Today, we have 8 hotels open. We have 27 under development. Every 3 months, a new Postcard Hotel will open. But it will open with excellence. It will not have an iota of mediocrity. We will actually transform every single destination. So why did I show you Gir? How many of you been to Gir? I can guarantee you not even 5%. Chaliye, 1, 2. इस हॉल में 200 हजार आप भी हैं पीछे. 3, AV, 4. 100 लोग तो होंगे. So I win. Yeah, not 5%. People talk about going to Masai Mara. People talk about going to South Africa. How many people have actually been to Gir? Which is the closest airport to Gir? For all those people who've been to Gir, don't talk about it, please. Which is the closest airport to Gir? हमारे देश में है 700 लायन है गिर में. होटल के बाहर आपको सफारी पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं. रोज रात को 1 बजे बाहर आ जाते हैं. कौन सा क्लोजेस्ट एयरपोर्ट है लायन देखने के लिए? राजकोट. Okay, we don't even know this about a country. So we said, ये हम सब बदल देंगे. हम ऐसे होटल इन जगह लगाएंगे जहां पे आपने देखा नहीं, आपको लायन देखना है, विल टेक यू देयर. Let me talk about destination. So what did we do? We built hotels for foreigners in this country. I am guilty too. I ran one of the biggest hotel companies in India, okay, which built hotels also in Rajasthan and Kerala. So we said Kerala is God's own country. Rajasthan is the beauty of the palaces and splendor of India and whatever. So we built Rajasthan and Kerala. But you know, which is one of the top city destinations in this country? Tirupati. 1 lakh people go to Tirupati every day. You know how many hotel rooms are there in Tirupati? 300. So लायन भी छोड़ दिया, भगवान को भी छोड़ दिया, और हम लोग होटल बनाए जा रहे हैं. तो हमने कहा इसको बदलते हैं, भगवान को भी लेते हैं और लायन को भी लेते हैं और एक अच्छी कोई चीज बनाते हैं. Okay, so that was the whole idea. We said which these guys are not looking at. Okay, but you know, when I'm here today, and I did this session earlier with the Web Engage team, a talk about service excellence is very boring. What I'm going to tell you is, yaar, he'll say, you know, be very good at service, make sure you address the guest by name, और जो वो खाना चाहे उसे पहले ही बता देना. That's service excellence, no? So I said, let me turn it around. Whatever company you guys work in, okay, we're going to do a 30-second masterclass on how you can build a company with service excellence. Yeah, whatever company you're running, you run a bank, great. You are a police inspector running a police station, great. We'll talk about service excellence there. In any public thing, we'll talk about building a world-class company. Whatever you're doing, just make it world-class. Yeah. So let's talk about some interesting things and simple. So how to build a great company in 30 seconds. Rule number 1, question everything. So you've got to really think about it. Okay. So when we were doing it at the Postcard Hotel, we said give control to guests and talk about everything that makes a holiday great. How many of you are staying at this hotel? कितने लोग रह रहे हैं? Okay. Check-in time कितने बजे का है सर? 2 बजे का होगा. और check-out time होगा 12 बजे का. Why? Why should that be the case? So we said at the Postcard Hotel, you will curate your own stay. There is no check-in or check-out time. Should I give you a very interesting insight? The interesting insight is that for many years, now this has not been really proven anywhere, that Otis elevators, you had a button called close the doors, but it could never close the doors. What it gave you was perceived control. You felt happy when you pressed that button. You press that button, said, "Arey, dekho, lift ka darwaza band ho gaya." Darwaza utne hi second mein band hona tha. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, if you give guests perceived control, check-in, check-out time means take it out. Anytime breakfast. So there are no breakfast hours. So I went through close to 30,000 TripAdvisor comments on Oberoi, on Mandarin Oriental, on Peninsula, some of the best hotel companies in the world. And I said, what are the 3 things that irritate people? Even in the best of the best hotel companies. You know, I had to ask for a late checkout. So that irritates people. I had to, breakfast they said was over at 10:30. Why? I'm in Goa. I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock. Breakfast starts when I wake up. Okay. So that irritates them. The thing that irritates people is, think about it. Next time when you go and stay at a hotel, look at the welcome drink. 90% hotels in India serve 2 welcome drinks. Watermelon juice and iced tea. पता है क्यों? क्योंकि एक तरबूज से 10 ग्लास निकल जाते हैं. ठीक है? संतरा महंगा होता है. ओके? और क्यों? आइस टी सस्ती होती है. 2 रुपए में आपको आइस टी पिला दी जाती है. ओके? आप जिस भी होटल में, तो जब भी आपको कोई आइस टी और वाटरमेलन टी दे, आप बोला आप प्लीज खुद दीजिए. ओके? So we said, then what is it that people always perceive is going to be expensive? I'm going to give you a life hack on banquets today. Yeah. Do you know everybody that I've ever met in banquet negotiation always says, sir, alcohol का price थोड़ा कम कर दीजिए. या हम alcohol ना अपनी ला सकते हैं पार्टी में आज रात को. That's the 2 things that Indians do. But always look at the bill. Water bill will always be more than alcohol bill. Yeah, because a Johnny Walker black label bottle in a hotel is 5,000 rupees. You got 20% off. But a mineral water bottle is 300 rupees. People drink more water than they can drink Johnny Walker pegs. So that's a life hack for you. Next time when you negotiate a banquet party, tell him, please give me a discount on water, include water in the price. Don't give me any discount on alcohol. But this alcohol mindset was there. So we said, whenever you come into a Postcard Hotel, except Gear where you need a license, okay, all welcome drinks will be alcoholic. Drink what you want, as much as you want. So you want 5 cocktails when you walk in. So if you are in Goa with us, you will get a triple distilled Feni margarita. If you are in Sri Lanka with us, you'll get a passion fruit and arak cocktail. If you are in Bhutan with us, we'll give you a red rice beer. From that region, as much as you want. We want you to change your entire mindset. Yeah. And no croissants. The croissant is a French invention. Nobody in this room, or even I think the richest people in India, Mr. Adani and Mr. Ambani, wake up in the morning and have a croissant. It's a very difficult job to make a croissant if you've ever worked in a hotel kitchen. Okay. But India has 128 indigenous varieties of breads that we guys are not proud of. Because एयर इंडिया भी आपको क्रोसो खिलाता है. क्यों? Because that's the foreign mindset that we come from. So I think when I talk about service excellence, what I'm trying to tell you guys is, let's take it back, guys. The French say champagne can only be produced from the grapes of the Champagne region, otherwise it can't be called champagne. So champagne can't be produced in Nasik. They're so proud of the terroir, as they call it, the land that they grow it at. We have 128 indigenous varieties of breads. Goa has pui. Mangalore has the Mangalore bun. Do we even know? Are we even proud of it? And the pui is an absolutely amazing bread. आप next time Goa जाए, please roadside ढाबे में रुकिएगा, एक pui मांगिएगा किसी से. It's an absolutely amazing, tasty bread. So at the Postcard Hotel, we said, let's do all of this. You know why? Because nobody else is doing it. And you know what's the surprising part? We are so much wedded to mediocrity. I thought we'll be copied, पर किसी ने अभी तक ये करा भी नहीं. 4 साल हो गए हमें. हम भी wait कर रहे हैं कि शायद हम दोबारा गेम खेलें, दोबारा नहीं. कोई कर ही नहीं रहा है, which is great. That's the point I wanted to make. So whichever company you work on, I don't know which company you work on, and I can only guide you that data. Avlesh and his team can guide you on how to manage data. I can just tell you how to build. Okay. Sorry, I just skipped the slide. So same thing when we did with EazyDiner, we said, you know, Accor, this is a Marriott hotel, so it has Marriott dining. Accor has Accor dining. Taj has Taj Epicure. ITC has ITC Culinaire. When Oberoi ran a dining program, it was called Gourmet Club. So everybody's got a club for eating out. So what should I do? You know, so I got an American Express Centurion card and I had 6 cards. I said, ये मैं हर जगह जाके यही करता रहूंगा, मतलब मैं पहले रेस्टोरेंट में बैठूं, फिर कार्ड निकालूं. Came up with an idea. We said, let's build EazyDiner Prime, guaranteed 25% off. Always. You know, if it's a prime restaurant, like this hotel, it's a 1+1 on the buffet here, always. You don't have to pull out their Marriott card or whatever. We kind of built. So every single thing, what am I trying to say here? I'm not trying to say we run great companies. No, not at all. Not even close. All I'm trying to say is we built our businesses customers first, not policy first. Sir, I need a checkout at 12 p.m. so it takes 2 hours to clean the room so I can sell the room again at 2. That's according to me, not according to the customer. Customer's coming on the morning flight. What is he supposed to come and do at 9 a.m.? Okay. Then that's what we built with EazyDiner Prime. And if you've ever paid on our app, we went to the credit cards. We went to 15 credit cards. So if you ever have a credit card at EazyDiner, if you pay on the app, every single credit card would give you $1,000 extra off. So let me give you a real number. Avlesh and I go to latest recipe, which is the restaurant here. The buffet is 2,100 rupees. If he's an EazyDiner Prime member, which I hope he is, the bill will be 2,100 instead of 4,200. And if I use any of the 15 credit cards, my bill will come down to 1,500 rupees. Don't believe me? Go and try it. Go and try it. Not today, tomorrow, day after, whenever you want to try it. Go and try it. It'll be 1,500 rupees. So 750 rupees, both of us will eat. The restaurant loses nothing. The bank is also subsidizing a part of the cost. So that's what we actually built. If we have to really accelerate food and beverage in this country, we need to build solutions for it. So I've spoken about what we did here, and I can only talk about my company. So everything is a plug. Oberoi is a plug. Postcard is a plug. EazyDiner is a plug. WebEngage is a plug because I'm standing here in their conference. Okay, so I have to say good things about them. Okay, so everything is a plug. But let's come to the basics of it. So now, in 30 seconds, we're going to build a world-class company. Correct? Ready? Sab jage hue hain? Okay, let's go. So there are 4 steps to be building a great company. Whatever you do, whether you run an insurance company, like I said earlier, a bank or whatever, and the 4 steps are the following. Warm welcome. So what company do you run? I run, I saw when I came in earlier, there was ICICI something securities or, yeah. So let's say I run ICICI securities. Do people come to the branch? No. Do people come online? Yes. How do I welcome them? How is that welcome different from the other 5 guys? Zerodha, Grow, Stocks, whatever. So warm welcome. What are the 5 ways? Write it down. 5 ways that your welcome is different and better than your competitor. So at the Postcard Hotel, the resort manager will meet you. They have to meet you on arrival, whether you come at 2 a.m., 4 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning. They have to meet you. Yeah, that's how my arrival is different. How's my arrival warm welcome different? I'm offering you unlimited cocktails when you walk in instead of watermelon juice and iced tea. Wow, that's fantastic. How's my warm welcome better? I am allowing you to check in when you want, sir. Your room is ready at 6 a.m. You don't have to pay extra for the last night. Yeah, so my warm welcome is better. 5 steps. I can tell you another 5 steps. Okay. In whatever you do, how's your warm welcome better? How is it warm? Better than your competitor in 5 steps. 0 defect product. I've come in, but the AC doesn't work. Nothing works. I'm talking about hotels here. I've taken EazyDiner Prime. I gave you such a great example. अब latest recipe गए. उन्होंने बोला कोई prime नहीं है. चलिए बाहर. Product's gone for a 6. Zero defect product. How do you make sure that your product works world class all the time? What are the 5 things you do to make sure your product works great all the time? Third step, anticipatory service. I need to anticipate, okay, what's important. So I'm like anticipating that maybe I need to finish faster, so next speaker finishes faster, so that 20-minute deficit, your lunch doesn't get delayed. Because you are mentally tuned to having lunch at 1. Okay, so that's anticipatory. So I need to anticipate. I need to go fast. Yeah. Let me give you another example. When I used to run Oberoi hotels, post 10 p.m., our welcome sequence was down to 30 seconds when we would welcome you. Before 10 p.m., we would take 3 minutes. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the Oberoi. We have an all-day dining restaurant, 361. We have an Indian restaurant, Amaranta. If you need mini bar, the mini bar is here. If you need laundry service, it's here. Blah, 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 blah. Post 10 p.m., why 30 seconds? Because most international flights, starting with Singapore Airlines, start landing into Delhi at 21:50 hours. That means the guy's already coming in from a trans-continental or a trans-country flight. Okay? That means that guy's most likely, if he's staying at the Oberoi, is already of that level that he's an international traveler. He knows where the bloody mini bar is. Okay? You don't need to tell him, sir, here's the mini bar. You can have a Diet Coke from the mini bar. He knows it. So what does he need in the night? He needs 2 things, because most likely he's a business traveler. So he needs laundry. He may need a suit to be ironed. Yeah. Okay. So saying, sir, if you need anything, just press the butler bell. The laundry is 24 hours and room service 24 hours too. Have a great stay at the Oberoi. 30 seconds. You're out of the room. The guy just, imagine if he's flying direct UA from New York, 16 hours sitting in a flight. Then you're lecturing him. Sir, by the way, if you like to have Indian food, our restaurant is open till 11:30. The guy's saying, just get out of my room, man. Just let me sleep. I've got a meeting tomorrow. I have to take care of jet lag. So what is that? That's anticipatory service. What goes wrong in your business? How are you anticipating? 5 steps. 5 points, warm welcome. 5 points, how's your product? 0 defect. 5 points. So if it's summers, in our hotels, we will make sure that the curtains are drawn. If you've flown Indigo, they say something very nice, especially in the summers. Okay, they say, before you leave your seats, please put your shades down. Why do they do that? So that the plane does not get heated up. It's anticipatory service for the next guys coming in. So anticipate. 5 things in your business that you can anticipate. And the final step is fond farewell, which everybody gets wrong. Everybody gets fond farewell wrong because people don't say bye. Every time you've stayed out of a hotel, they send you a TripAdvisor review and say, how was your stay? Nobody sent you something at home and saying, hey, Avlesh, thank you for staying with us. It's been 6 months since I last saw you. Missing you, buddy. Here it is. Okay. So nobody gets that right. And also at the property, how are you saying bye? So our standard is that the resort manager should go and say bye to you. Whether it's 5 a.m., whether it's 7, so our resort manager has a tough job. Yeah. They have to welcome you. They have to say bye to you. In a normal hotel at 5 a.m., the lobby manager is also sleeping at the back. So the junior most receptionist says, sir, thank you for staying with us. Bye-bye. So my fond farewell is better. My top guy is saying bye. Your junior most guy is saying bye in the night shift. So that's, first of all, quality. Second, am I anticipating? If you're leaving at 5 a.m., have I got coffee, something for you to bunch? Have I checked the flights on time or not? Have I done a Google check on the flight? Has the incoming plane landed or not? Have I done all that because I know what time you're leaving? Yeah. So that's called fond farewell. 5 steps. Whatever company you're running a police station. आप किसी को release कर रहे हैं. कैसे release कर रहे हैं? Even if you're running a cop station, just get into the habit of service excellence. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I thought I'll show you a small video. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're only boarding rows 9 and above right now. You'll have to wait.
I'm in row 8.
Please step aside, sir.
It's just one row. Don't you think it's okay?
We'll call your row momentarily.
And I'll do the crescent rolls and you do the cranberry. You know I can't cook.
Okay, well, can I place you on hold real quick while I check the knowledge base? All right, guys.
Step aside, sir.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3. What? No soup for you.
Could you tell me about some of your phones, please?
Okay. See that one over there? That is a phone.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Gobble, gobble. Oh, bye-bye.
Thank you for waiting. We'd like to continue boarding the aircraft now. We're now boarding all rows, please. All remaining rows. Hello. Enjoy your flight.
Okay. So if you thought this was really funny, it is, but that's the reality. That's what actually happens a lot in customer service. It's happening in your company that I speak to you. It happens in my company that I speak to you. Okay, so we need to change all that. The moment of truth is 74% customers leave, not because of price or product issues, but due to poor service. 97% customers are unhappy with inconsistent service across different locations. And 92% customers form their opinions based on initial interactions. That's why warm welcome is so important, yeah? Because they're actually sizing you up when you're first going into a hotel. And 76% of all product and service purchases are made by repeat customers. And I've been paid to say this, that's where WebEngage comes in. To help you increase your repeat customers. Avlesh, please deliver the money. Okay. On a serious note, so how about focusing on loyalty through service excellence instead of price? Yeah? How's that? Yeah? So we're not going to talk about price, we're going to make it so good. So I do this quick question to all my people. Yeah? So I tell them, breakfast is anytime at a hotel, correct? Yeah? So I'm going to ask you a question now. I pick up at random. So I'm looking at people who are sleeping, so I'm going to pick you up, guys, now. Okay, so the thing is, breakfast is free. Yeah, and breakfast is anytime. Great. Okay, fantastic. So I walk into your restaurant with Avlesh at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, and I say, we've been partying the whole night in Goa. Okay, I walk in and say, can I have a chicken biryani? Now, chicken biryani is not a breakfast dish, correct? Nobody serves chicken biryani, at least that I know of. I've not been to Iran, but maybe nowhere else do you serve chicken biryani for breakfast. And the chicken biryani on the menu is 1500 rupees. 2 questions, and anybody can just randomly just say yes or no, whatever. Would you serve me the chicken biryani at 2 p.m.? And would you charge me for the chicken biryani? Anybody? Yes. Would you serve me the chicken biryani? Yes, sir.
So I think it's a lunchtime, and I believe the preparation will be there. So I do not see in terms of much into the costing and the preparation. It can be done definitely.
You'll do it? Will you charge him 1500?
Now the 1500 part, since you said the breakfast is free, but as an operation we know some cost is already covered. It's the customer end that we are telling them that breakfast is free. So I think the customer who didn't had a breakfast, the cost can be covered in that. That's my understanding.
Okay, good.
If we are talking about the service excellence and loyalty.
If I was not talking about service excellence also. Yeah. Okay. But okay. Anybody else? Different opinion? Anybody with a different opinion? Yes, sir. Let's get him a mic, please. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I would definitely charge for the chicken biryani. Reason being that it's not a breakfast item in the first place. So if the person is taking a lunch, it's
you'll charge it.
Understandable.
Okay. Great. Fantastic. So, there's nothing wrong with both the approaches, really. I'll tell you what our approach is. Okay. So our point is a lifetime of loyalty. So my point is a postcard customer spends 15 days at a postcard hotel every year. That's what they do. Because why would you want to go to a hotel which tells you to check in, check out, doesn't give you great drinks, doesn't allow you to have breakfast post 10:30. So our point is we should capture 100% of the market share for holidays. If you ever think of a holiday, it should only be at a postcard hotel. Yeah? The average spend is 25,000 rupees a day. We are expensive, pretty much India's most expensive hotel brand today. And the guest refers to additional customers to the hotel who spend another 15 nights, inflation at 5% a year. Revenue from the guest over a lifetime is 1 crore. Revenue from referrals is 30 lakhs. That biryani is 1.3 crores. That biryani is 1.3 crores. So I do this with my team and I say, would you charge or would you not charge? Can totally change if I was running a different business. So his answer is not incorrect. If I was running a budget hotel company, I would have to charge because my margins are wafer thin. Yeah, I have to charge. Okay. But at the postcard, because we're building a cult holiday brand that you should never holiday anywhere else except us. that biryani is worth 1.3 crores. So our thinking is, I know Avlesh and Kapil are making a fool out of me and trying to save money on lunch by eating chicken biryani and not paying for it at 2 p.m. and gaming the system. But you know what? They're worth 1.3 crores. So we'll not charge for the biryani. And that's what I called building a lifetime of loyalty. Think about it. Let me talk about restaurants because I run EazyDiner too. Celebration. Restaurants have no data. I think if Avlesh needs to solve something, he needs to solve for restaurants having data. He's solving for EazyDiner having data right now. But think about it. Go to any restaurant that you go to and ask them one single question. How many times have I come here? And nobody will be able to answer. Because they have no data. वो पेन और पेपर पे लिखते हैं, जब वो रजिस्टर भर जाता है, वो फेंक देते हैं. Imagine. They don't even know you. How will they know your birthday or anniversary, which is the most important occasion to eat out? So we said, okay, we'll build it. We'll build it with the banks because the banks know your birthday during your KYC. And we'll send you a special gift. So if we have the Axis Bank, you'll suddenly see a 3,000 rupee birthday gift coming to you if you hold the top tier Axis Bank card along with EazyDiner, just to share with you. But what did I talk today? I spoke about service excellence, and I'll try and finish in the next 5 minutes. I spoke about service excellence today, but service excellence has one very important ingredient, and I always talk about it, and that is people. Yeah, people are a key part of you building a service excellence organization. If I am somebody who doesn't like talking to people, if I am a big introvert, and if I have an attitudinal issue, I'll never be a great service person. So at a lot of levels, I will personally try and interview every single person at the Postcard Hotel or even at EazyDiner as much as I can, because hiring and training is the most important part of building the right culture. So I thought I will put on some things on what is great hiring strategies if you're building this organization. So I spoke about you building warm welcome, whatever, but you're not going to execute it. Most likely you're a CXO already to be sitting in this room. Okay. You're not going to execute it. Or you're a manager who wants to set up and say, I'll create the best division in my company. But who's going to execute it? If people are going to execute it, how are they going to execute it? So you need to look for 5 traits, and I'll talk about 5 commandments. High agency behavior. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So if I'm coming in here and I see something wrong, it's not my job, but I'll still do it. So whenever you're interviewing people, look for high agency behavior. That's critical. Yeah. And how do you look for high agency behavior? Ask this question. If you are stuck in a prison in a third world country and had to call one person to try and bust you out of that prison, who would you call? Because that person and the characteristics that person has, I'll call this guy, I'll call Avlesh, because Avlesh can get me out of any situation. That is a high agency behavior person. Try and be that person if you want to set up a service excellence organization. If you want to hire people, ask them this question. Who will that be? And then ask that person, what are your common characteristics between that person and this person? Yeah, those are the key questions. Okay, everything is possible as long as you have a plan. It's a US Marines thing. Take extreme ownership of your plan, okay? When you're told that something is impossible, is that the end of the conversation? Or does that start a second dialogue in your mind? How to get around whoever it is just told you that you can't do something. Yeah, that's a US Marines thing. Extreme ownership. That's why they work in teams, but they all believe, even in working in teams, that it's only them and no one else. So they take extreme ownership of a plan. Yeah, you've got to ask. I ask this all the time in interviews. I'm actually giving you my interview questions. I ask them, give me one example when you took extreme ownership, and they'll come up with really ridiculous answers, which kind of keeps them out of the company. Yeah. So, but I'll always ask this question. Give me one example, extreme, like unreal level of ownership. Yeah. The only thing better than competition is a lot of competition. So I'm always judging people when I'm hiring them and whatever, because think about it. We decided, yeah, we should do this luxury hotel company after coming from Oberoi, and it won twice the best hotel brand in the world when I was president. Okay. We should do another company which will become the best in the world. We should do it out of India. Yeah, I'm aware that Marriott has 6,000 hotels and they are profitable and their market cap is $16 billion. But nahi, banate. I think there's a space to build a company. So what do you need? You are very simply saying, I love competition. हम तो wait कर रहे हैं 4 साल से कोई check-in, check-out time हटाएगा, breakfast खिलाएगा आपको कभी भी, कोई कर ही नहीं रहा. Okay, so the important thing is you got to love competition. So look for people who absolutely love competition. It's like a part of their DNA. Okay, pricing is illogical. You can price your product how you want it. Raise the bar as long as you deliver value. You can't price it at any level. We are, like I told you earlier, our guest satisfaction rating is the highest in 4 years, pretty much globally. We're Booking.com #1 for any hotel brand over 5 hotels. We're #1 in the world today. Yeah, but And we are expensive. Like I told you, we're the most expensive hotel brand in India. But again, we deliver value. So one of the key criteria I look at, because I know my people are very service oriented, I look at value. Did Avlesh, after paying that price, feel कि नहीं अच्छा तो बहुत था, but value for money नहीं था. So that's it. So, but pricing cannot be a criteria. A lot of times, a lot of people who work for us will come and tell us, no, it's expensive. I'm losing to the competitor because they have a better price. No. Let service excellence be that moat. Deliver such great service. Sir, I'm expensive. But sir, I'll take care of you like no one else. And my team will take care of you like no one else. Let that service excellence be the moat. Let pricing not be the moat. Last one, I think. Sales is passionate, analysis is dispassionate. All of us love to win, but we hate to lose. Correct? We hate to lose. Whenever we lose, there's always a reason. I lost because he had more money. I lost because his father is more powerful. I lost because, they're doing stupid things. That is called sales. Sales is passionate. Sell it like you are passionately selling. But when you are analyzing, analyze it dispassionately. That's another question I ask people. I said, tell me, when did you fail? And why do you think you failed? If the person is ready to take personal responsibility, says, I think we failed because I kind of think I read the market incorrectly. Yeah, I think I read the market incorrectly. That shows what? Extreme ownership. That means the guy's in. Yeah, because without the right people, you'll never be able to build a great brand. I think I'm out of time for questions, but you can reach me on Twitter. You can reach me at kapil@eazydiner.com. Ask me anything, anytime. And thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely speaking to all of you. Thank you.